Prabhu, again?
Mataji, you want me to share the slides?
Yes, please.
I am sharing the slide, Mataji.
Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki Jai. Om Ajnanatamidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurudmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaः.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya
Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, first of all, thank you very much. I'm very, very fortunate to be in the association of all of you. Please forgive my voice. It's not so good today. Okay, today we are going to discuss about verse number 33 from chapter 9, which is called the most confidential knowledge. Okay. Kim puna brahmana punya bhaktarajarshayo tatha anityam ashukam lokam imam prapya bhajasva mam. How much more this is so of the righteous brahmanas, the devotees, and the saintly kings. Therefore, having come to this temporary world and engage in loving service unto me. Having come into this temporary miserable world, engage in loving service unto me. So this verse, chapter 9 and 10, they are quite important chapters. In the Bhagavad Gita, among the 18 chapters, the middle 6 chapters actually constitutes the essence of the Gita. And in the Gita, and among these 6 chapters, chapters 9 and 10, the 9 term, the most confidential knowledge, and the 10 is the opulence of the Supreme. So these two are supposed to be the essence of these 6 chapters. And of them, the next verse, 34, is actually right in the middle, right in the middle of the Gita. So now this 33 is also a very, very important verse because it is very close to 934. So what is Krishna trying to tell us? Krishna is, and we should know what happened yesterday. You would have heard previous verse. Krishna says in verse number 932 that after attaining, after even people of lower birth, they can come to me if they perform devotional service in the right manner. So, and after saying that, he says, Kim punar brahmana punya. Kim punar. That means, so then, if that is so, what to say of brahmanas, of bhaktas, and of raja rishis, those who are saintly kings, all of them, what will be their destination if they perform bhajasva mam, if they worship me? What will be their destination? And he says anityam ashukam lokam. That means they will not stay here. This is not a place. So in this verse, the most important terms are anityam ashukam lokam. It's anityam means that which is not eternal. That means temporary. Ashukam means that where we cannot attain any happiness. That means it is miserable. So the same thing, the same word rings a bell to us, because uh, uh, Krishna uses a different, slightly different terminology. He says dukkhalayam ashashvatam. You know, for ashukam he uses dukkhalayam, and for anityam he uses ashashvatam. Ashashvatam means that which is not permanent. Mm? And dukkhalayam means that which is full of miseries. So that he says in 1815, and sorry, in 815. And there he says that nobody who has attained the highest destination will ever come back to this world which is full of miseries and which is temporary. Similarly, here, this verse is very, very important because it sets a goal. Because in Krishna consciousness, all of us should have a goal. Prabhupada always, Srila Prabhupada always insisted on progressing. So progressing in Krishna consciousness means to have a goal so that we can progress towards the goal. And what is the goal here? Here they are saying that do not be in this world, which is anityam and ashukam. So what does that mean? It means that there is something called nityam and there is something called shukam. So we have to know what is nityam and what is shukam. How can we get this place, or how can we go back to a place where there is eternal, where it is full of bliss and there is no misery? Is there such a thing? First of all, yes. So that is the place of Lord Krishna, which is Goloko, Vrindavan. So our actually our main aim should be to attain that place. And in this world, this world is temporary, full of miseries, and there are all kinds of people. There are rich people, there are middle class people, there are lower class people, and all of us are suffering in this world. Nobody can say they are very happy. Maybe between two miseries, you may have a short time of relief, and that may seem like a blissful situation, but it is just an imaginary blissful situation because it's not permanent. You want to get permanent happiness, then it is a different situation. Krishna is giving us a clue. How do you get permanent happiness? He says, just perform devotional service unto me, and then you can attain my abode, where you can have permanent happiness and you can be in bliss. So this again and again Krishna keeps stressing. So we should understand that in this world, whatever you do, whoever you may be, the miseries are there. Miseries are from various aspects: adi bhautika, adi daivika, adhyatmika, from our own self, from other living entities, and from natural disasters, from the devatas, which they give us, all the tsunamis and earthquakes and stuff like that. See, a person can be very rich, he can be a rajarishi, he can be anybody, he can be a king. But when a tsunami comes or earthquake comes, can he go to the earthquake and say, stop, I am a king or I am a rich man, so don't affect me? No, you're affected anyway, because nobody in this world can escape from Janma, Mrityu, Jara, and Vyadhi. You are born, and then you have to die, and in between you have to grow old, and you have to suffer diseases. So this is the truth. This is, see, the Mayavadis call this earth false, Jagat Mithya, and they say Jagat Mithya. But actually, this is that is not the situation. This is the truth, but it is a temporary place. This material world is truth, is real, but it is temporary. This we should understand. And our only job is to get out of this cycle of birth and death. Don't be get out of, because this birth is full of, you're going to be born again, you're going to grow, you're going to dwindle, you're going to die, you're going to be born again. You want to just come out of this vicious cycle of birth and death. All we have to do is to go back home, back to Godhead, to a place where which is full of happiness and which is eternal. For that we have to perform devotional service. So this is very, very important to understand. And Krishna is giving us a very, very nice and easy solution, isn't it? He's saying, just if you want to get relief from this miserable world, from this place which is anitya, uh, and which is full of miseries, what you should do? Just perform devotional service unto me. Swamam, just perform devotional service unto me. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us especially 5 ways of performing devotional service. And in the next verse, Krishna really elaborates on how we can very easily attain this place which is uh, anitya and which is full of bliss. So this we have to understand. So this verse tells us the importance of devotional service and how our goal in life should be to get out of this great miserable temporary situation and go to a more permanent and a more blissful situation. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives us 5 things to do. Chant the holy name, read the scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita, perform Sri Vigraha Aradhana, reside in a holy place, and always associate with devotees. So, by these things, you can actually streamline your devotional service. And devotional service also, it's very, very important to make sure that you do some quality devotional service. This is very, very important. Devotional service should be of some good quality devotional service, so that it will be like a practice for us when we go back to this place of Satchidananda, which is full of bliss and knowledge. When we go back there, which is always eternal, when we go back there, we should know what to do. So this devotional service is also a practice for that. So this is very, very important that we perform the 5 angas of devotional service in a very in a good quality manner, so that we can actually uh, go get off the cycle of birth and death and go back home, back to Godhead. So this should be our goal in Krishna consciousness. This verse very explicitly explains that everybody can do this. In the previous verse, he says even of lower status, people can do it. So what to speak of people who are in a higher status, like Rajarishis and Brahmanas? Definitely, when they can, or they should, if they perform good devotional service, they are going to come back to me. So Arjuna is of a very uh, he is from a very aristocratic family. He is from a very illustrious family. So Krishna is telling him, so you should also, if you want to attain me, do devotional service. So through Arjuna, actually Krishna is telling us that even us, if we want to attain, and this is doable, and Krishna is saying that this is doable. Even lower class people can get, even higher class people can do this. So if it's something doable, this gives us so much of confidence. This verse gives us so much of confidence that we also have a chance. And how can we have a chance? We can have a chance by performing good quality devotional service. So this is the key to our spiritual life. Actually, if we follow all the regulative principles properly, if we develop our Guru Nishta very nicely, which is going to be, this Guru Nishta is going to be actually very, very pivotal in developing our spiritual life and performing devotional service. So if we have all this in place, definitely we too can go back to a place which is Nitya and which is full of happiness and bliss, which is full of Satchitananda. So this is actually the gist of the verse. So thank you once again. Is there any questions or any comments that you would like to I think we have finished 15 minutes.